Hey, thank you so much for joining me in this short clip. I'm very excited. Today is going to be your first day as a QA analyst. So, what is going to happen? So, let me explain. So, first, you will meet your QA lead. The QA lead might have some tasks for you to complete your onboarding on the application, so you are a little bit more familiarized with the PBIs, the task, or the effects that you're going to start taking once you are ready. He probably also will assign a QA, an expert on the application where you're gonna start shadowing and start learning some of the standards of the QA process for that particular application. So right now, I have on the board a management tool. In this case, is Azure DevOps. There are many tools out there to manage projects. This one in particular is the one that I have used in the past. So here we track everything that is being worked on the application as far as PBIs, defects, tasks, right? So right now, here we are sitting on the sprint view. Um, if you notice here, this sprint is this cycle is a 2 week sprint, right? That's the iteration. For this particular project, I have created 3 iterations, right? So a few things that we care about on this board is this is the task board right here. We can create the tasks. These tasks are assigned to the developers as well as the QAs, right? Another thing that I wanted to show you is that the state for this PBI, PBI stands for product backlog item. Here, I'm using the default settings for the state, right, provided by Azure DevOps. Some projects, these settings are actually customized. And for example, if the PBI is being accepted and approved by the product owner, then the PBI is set to approved. Once the PBI is assigned to a developer, then the PBI is set to committed. In this case, this is just a simple board here, hoping that once you start an application that starts from the beginning. Likely you're going to start an application that is already in progress. So anyways, so moving on. So if I click on the PBI, then I will see a few items here, right? So I will see the description. This is what the PBI is going to do, right? And also we see the acceptance criteria. We also refer this to the AC of the PBI, right? So here you will see all the scenarios listed for this particular PBI. If you notice, this follows the Gherkin format, which is the given, the when, and the then, right? This is actually created by the business analyst of the application. So a few data points to take a look here is one is the area path. The area path is the root of the project. In this case, it's a practice project. We also have the iteration, which has the root of the project plus the sprint where we are on. We have the story points. The story points are very important because this is what actually defines the level of effort that takes the developer and the QA to complete this PBI, right? The priority of the PBI usually is a usually starts from P1 to P2, right? Those are very like high in priority, right? Also, you will see here the value area. In some projects that I've been part of, the business is used for PBIs that actually are testable, and the architectural are used for PBIs that are not testable, right? Are more like a tech PBIs. But I just want to clarify that no, all the projects are the same, and some projects have different rules. Then moving on into the details page or details tab, I meant, you will see some of the links here. Once we start creating tasks or items linked to this particular PBI, you will see some related work added here as a link, right? So this PBI is the child to the feature, in this case, the login page, right? This second tab is the history tab. Right here, we actually can go back in time and see what changes were done on the PBI. Here we go back to the links. Like I mentioned, anything that we add to the PBI will be added here. And the last one is going to be the attachment. This section sometimes is used by the business analyst where he add documentation or screenshots that are necessary for us to test the PBI. Usually he adds a note or somewhere in the AC or the description where we need to refer to the attachment area. A few things here as well is the follow button. This follow button, once you click on follow, then any change that happens to this PBI for any action like let's say a developer moved the task to active and then to done, then you will receive an email on it. Okay, so let's close this out and let's go ahead and save the changes. The only change that I did is that I changed the priority. So on the board, you will see the different states, right? So what is happening here, what is going to happen here is that there are going to be tasks created and assigned against this PBI, right? So let's say there are 3 tasks assigned to the developer. Once the developer starts working on this PBI and progress is being done through the cycle, through the sprint cycle, then the tasks are moved to are changing state, right? From new to active, and of course when close, the task is completed. Let's see, let's check into the backlog. The backlog, it gives us the view of the PBIs in the backlog format. Right here, you will see the task. The capacity will list out all the members of the team, and here you will see, or if you actually are looking to have some days off, you will list those out here, right? And of course, they have to fall within the sprint cycle. Let's go back here and let's take a look at these icons here. This icon here, here the work details. If you click on the work details, you will see that there are going to be a list of all of the members of the team with the hours remaining of the work that was assigned to them, right? So a few things that we care on the left pane that are very important for us are one, well, the sprint is the most important because here's what we are actually checking every day, making sure that all our tasks are completed and we are putting the hours for a PBI. So let's say on the backlog, here we will see a list of features and a list of PBIs in this case because it's a simple project and I just created a few items just to showcase. You will see only this, right? But usually this is full of features and PBIs. The queries is very important because sometimes there are going to be instances where either the QA lead or where you are maybe you found a defect and then they ask you to make sure that that defect has not been logged before, and they ask you like, oh, please check in the backlog and make sure that it doesn't exist before you log the new defect, right? Then you're gonna be using this query, right? Okay, and the most important is the test plan. Here is where we are going to execute the test cases created against the PBIs assigned to us, right? Okay, so I think that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something, and of course, good luck in your professional career. And if you like this video, please subscribe. And if you have any comments, of course, make sure to add those below. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.